This is episode 010 of season 0. So, how does it feel to be on the season 0 finale? Maybe
Are we on a 10 episode season?
before the pandemic, I wanted to do 13 episodes, and then the pandemic came, and I'm just like, I don't even know if I have one episode in me at this point.
But I think 10 is a good round number, you know?
I always ask the guests if they've seen the show before, but I know you've seen the show before.
Yeah, I've seen a few episodes. It's been a while. Obviously, things have changed in the last few months, but
All right, I'm Rusty.
I like the back of those cards. I would buy that rug.
You wouldn't be the only one to get that rug. So this is exciting. I haven't pulled a card in a while. All right. Ooh, I like this. So here we go. I'll give you the first one. The squeeze.
Okay, it's called the squeeze. Yeah. I'm guessing that's orange juice.
Yeah, right? I'm a grapefruit guy myself.
I know you are. Ruby red.
Yeah, the squeeze. Here we go.
I like orange juice a lot, especially since, I mean, there's plenty of it in Florida, right? They're known for their oranges. But yeah, I think it's orange because it says pulp. And I can't think of another wedge fruit that you juice that you're like, oh, I like this pulp.
Yeah, nobody's into like lime pulp.
Yeah. So yeah, it's clearly orange. Yeah, I love orange juice, especially like super fresh, store bought, whatever.
For sure.
It's staple. It's a good little taste of something when you're like having breakfast or whatever. But I can down a whole freshly squeezed like orange juice with like ice.
Yeah, I think like you said, where we grew up, it's kind of a very staple, normal thing to have like orange juice just in the house.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's like a big part of like marketing when we were kids. It's like, you know, big industry.
It's always in the commercials, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like an orange, and then it's like shunk, like a straw. You put a straw right in the orange.
A white and red striped straw.
Yeah. It was a big deal when they finally decided to take that straw off of the box.
Was that recent?
Yeah.
Straws are canceled.
Yeah, straws got canceled. But yeah, it was a big deal.
I think that one with the straw it's not Minute Maid. It's
Nope.
It's like Florida's own or Florida's nature.
Nope.
Or something like that.
Tropicana.
Tropicana, really? Oh,
yeah.
I'm way off.
Tropicana was the fresh drinking it right out of the.
Wouldn't that be awesome though if you could do that? You can do that with a coconut.
You could do that with a metal straw.
Well, no, you can't. I don't think you can suck it out of here. But like a coconut, you just make the hole, put the straw in. Yeah, you'd have to do that. You'd have to like think a drill.
Yeah,
with like a
bit,
little, like yeah, and then you go in there, and then you just
turn
blend
into like
it.
A little sack of juice.
But we can't. We have to juice it.
Yeah, you're right. If you do that, it's just Pulp City.
Yeah, you'd have to spoon it out instead of drinking it.
I feel like I drank so much orange juice as a kid, and then a little bit of pulp. Not a lot.
Light on the pulp?
Yeah, I'm not into the lotso pulp.
I remember growing up thinking, like, why would you ever want any pulp at all? And then eventually growing up, getting older, you're like, a little bit of pulp's kind of okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but when it's like extra pulp, it's like, this isn't like chewing tobacco. Like just getting like all this juice on your face.
I can tolerate pulp now. And also, like, if it's fresh, then like there's pulp in it, that's fine too.
Yeah.
But I don't go looking for the pulp. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tropicana makes a variety that is lots of pulp.
Yeah. Can you imagine they made a pulp only? You grab the bottle or the carton and it just slides out.
Let's grab another card. Ooh, look at this. We got here King of Mains.
Oh, that's a T-bone.
Yeah, it's pretty extensive, huh? We got a nice little close-up here. King of Mains.
Now, I don't get the name of the card.
This deck has like suits.
Main is like main course.
For example, mains are canned soup, gyro, ramen, fried rice, chicken tikka masala, etc.
Yeah. Now it makes sense that would be the king of those because that list you just gave me.
Yeah.
The T-bone trumps all of those as far as main is concerned. Do you want fried rice or would you like a T-bone steak?
Yeah.
I mean, they're both good things, but...
Yeah. I mean, you have to be in the mood for either one of those things, I think.
Yeah, but one is more of a main, I feel.
What do you think about beef having like extra significance in that kind of hierarchy?
That comes from this country, really, right?
Generally speaking, beef is a very expensive meat to produce as far as like land and consumption. Our country probably favors beef, how accessible those things are here.
Yeah. I mean, you can get beef in Japan, but it's not like the main. It's that it wouldn't be the king of mains over there, you know?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Like the king framing is very Western.
Over there to be the shogun of mains.
This is a very Western deck.
As far as T-bone itself is concerned, I'm a big fan. I'm honestly a big fan. I walked away from steak a while ago, not super strictly, but I would say in the last couple of years, I think a good steak it hits the spot. T-bone's not my go-to cut, but I do appreciate a good T-bone.
I mean, I'm in the same boat as you. Steak is not something that's like really on my radar. I don't really get it often. Steak's always kind of just expensive no matter what. So for me, it's like a very special treat, like special occasion.
I find T-bones to be fun too because of the bone.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I like handling my food too. Once you get down to like, the last bit that you want to have that's still attached to the bone, it's cool to like lift it up and gnaw at it or whatever.
pretend you're a dog a little bit, playing with a dog toy.
Sure. I enjoy that. I honestly do.
So yeah, I'm on the same boat. It's the best version of steak to me, in a sense of like a meal.
It's actually not my favorite cut though.
What is your favorite cut?
The last couple of years, it's kind of a toss up between skirt and ribeye, but I'm leaning towards skirt more,
Yeah,
which is really thin and has good fat on there. I love how tender it is, and you can just throw it on the grill for like a minute or two each side, and you're done.
especially like
Super
when you cook
fast.
it on fire. Love
That's what
that
I
shit.
like. But I would say
Chimichurri,
T-bone's like third or fourth place.
love a
Oh,
good
how do you
chimichurri.
like your steak, by the way, in general? The doneness.
I like it as tender as possible, so like as least cooked as is safe.
Yeah, same here. Same camp.
Oh, this is an interesting one. Let me show you that. We got the refried.
Big fan. I'm seeing a meal here, you know?
Yeah, it's like meal territory.
I would eat this. Yeah.
I feel like you can even use the orange juice as a marinade for that steak.
Sure.
The only thing missing now is we just have to pull a beer out of the deck.
That'll be fantastic.
Yeah, refried beans, huh? So what do you think? This is like a side dish in this case, in the suit of this game or this deck.
Sure. I mean, I love legumes in general, just beans. Because we grew up eating them, a lot of them. I don't know, or did you?
Yeah, my house was like black beans, red beans all day
Yeah.
growing up.
Yeah, for sure. Refried's probably not as healthy as what you just listed. Lard and beans, and then they're fried and mashed. I'm a fan. I can spoon it, I don't need to dip something in it.
Yeah, there's like a mythology around refried beans. Like they're called refried beans because of like a mistranslation.
Oh, from Spanish?
Yeah, frijoles refritos. It means like they're fried, but they're not refried. Refrito is just someone mistranslated the name of the dish.
Yeah. And I would say that refried beans are a pretty staple ingredient in a burrito, right?
Yeah.
At least a little bit. It gives it masa, It gives it weight.
Yeah, a little texture there, a little heft.
I would say a foundation as well, because if I'm not mistaken, if you put it first on a burrito and then you start placing stuff that moves around more, like rice and lettuce and tomatoes and whatever. So it's like a bed,
Yep.
a bed of beans.
Well, it's a good adhesive for a burrito.
Keeps everything stuck together more than just physically like the wrap itself would do.
Yeah.
It's not just like put together and held together, but actually like stuck together. I like that.
Let's get the next one on the top here. We're back in the Mexican restaurant. Check it out.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I mean, neither do I. This is also one of the favorites on the show. This is like Paulie's favorite card, probably.
Does it come up often?
This card comes up a lot.
So far, this is totally a meal for me. Everything's good.
Yeah, so there you go. That's the spread. Looks pretty cool, right?
Love it.
I mean, that's a really good meal right there. Like I could be dipping pieces of that steak into either of those things.
Guac is awesome.
Yeah.
Guac is really, really awesome. And I like it every way, like chunky or smooth, lots of seasoning with lots of ingredients, or super simple, Okay, so what's the baseline, right? You basically cut up an avocado and mash it. Don't tell me that's not guac. That's guac. It's just really simple guac. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I think you have to at least have some salt in it. No, I don't know. I'm sure that there are people who have all kinds of arguments, but I don't.
Yeah. Similar to like margarita. What makes it a margarita? These ingredients, right? I feel like some people are like, well, you have to season the guacamole and you have to add onions or what's the other one? Cilantro and tomatoes. All that's good. But if you only have an avocado and you cut it up and you mash it, you're going to tell me that that's not guacamole?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it is, it is. It's just not as complex.
It's rustic.
Very rustic, absolutely. At the other end of the spectrum, you can have guacamole that has everything under the sun,
Yeah.
even hot and spicy, whatever.
Sunflower seeds.
All right, I'm
No,
hearing
no, no. I
that,
don't want
but
that. I don't want that. I'm not into
I
that.
wouldn't not eat it.
I might not eat it if it had sunflower seeds in it,
Hmm.
depending on if they were shelled or not.
Wait, if they're shelled, yes. If they're not shelled, hell no.
Like the cards have hints. There's ingredients, right? There's onion, salt, jalapeno, cilantro, avocado, tomato, and lime. So like you can't put more than that in it, right? It can't be more than those things. That's
I
like
don't
the
know,
limit, or isn't it? Isn't that
cayenne
the
pepper.
extent? Yeah, but can you still call it guacamole if you're just adding stuff beyond those things?
Yeah, I'd have to think of something that fits it.
Yeah, I don't know. Just curious.
That list you just gave is the max? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
Like
I think that
these are the
list is the
things you can pick
max.
from?
It can't be more than those things because then it's not guacamole.
Bacon?
Maybe.
Like bacon bits, like little pieces of
Maybe.
bacon?
That sounds great. I would eat that for sure.
Hmm.
But I also would dip bacon in guacamole.
Yeah, if it's crispy enough.
Yeah.
It'll probably break.
That's even better. You can just get a spoon and go nuts.
Yeah. Guac coming out early on the table is awesome. It's usually all gone before like, the meal comes out.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like it usually goes really quick. There's also an
Yeah.
urgency to eating guac because it also goes brown too. There's an
Yeah,
extra layer
it
of urgency.
oxidizes. It's got a time limit on it.
I don't make guac. Like I haven't made guac in years myself.
It's a real treat.
Yeah,
It
I don't
really
know.
is.
That's a lot of labor. I feel like it's that's why it's so nice to buy it. It's like a treat.
It's not that hard because if you stop early, it's just chunky.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You don't have to keep going because if you keep going, you're just going to get like a creamy guac, like a store bought, plastic deli grocery store type of guacamole. But if you stop early and you just keep it kind of chunkier,
Yeah, it doesn't turn into like a runny paste.
yeah, it's this thing that you want to like get on top of your chip.
Yeah,
Use your chip as a like a shovel.
I could dip anything guacamole. Anything with avocado, I'm on board no matter what.
Yeah. And I used to hate avocado. I thought it was disgusting. And I know people who don't like it to this day. I'm actually thinking about one person in particular. Yeah, he doesn't like the texture. It's a texture thing. Do you remember growing up how Cuban avocados are entirely completely different from like Haas Mexican avocados?
I mean, not really. They were just more yellow, right?
The masa inside, yeah, they're a little more yellow, but they're also 7 times larger. They're enormous.
Yeah, and they're more watery.
I imagine making guacamole out of one of those would be crazy.
Have you made avocado fries?
No, how do you make that?
You slice it into wedges and then you like roll them in some breading and you fry them up or you bake them.
I'm gonna try that soon.
It's amazing.
That sounds great.
Yeah, they're very easy to make. Just roll them in some breading and it becomes like a fry thing.
Yeah, I can imagine it. Like I'm thinking about it right now, and like that sounds pretty good.
Let's get another card. All right, this is a good one. King of drinks.
That's got to be coffee.
It's a cup of coffee. I drink coffee every day.
I do too, every day. And I've taken breaks from it, but they don't last long.
As much as you think there's downsides to it, it's like such an enriching feeling and taste. I just love everything about it.
Yeah. I
You know.
consider it a treat. I'll throw all types of different creamers into it or things that lighten it up. And I do put sugar in it. So when I say treat, I mean like I drink it like it's a sweet dessert or something,
Yeah, I'll usually put sugar in it too, especially if I'm like running low on milk. I'll just add a little sugar extra in it. But yeah, coffee's a huge part of my thing, man. Like I used to drink coffee every day at the office for free, and it was great.
Yeah.
We had oat milk, and it was awesome.
What was the device like, the machine, if there was one?
We actually ordered cold brew, so we would get these like little bags of cold brew that we would pour into cups. I would just pour it right into my cup. I would pour like half oat milk, and then I would just pour like straight cold brew into that, and it was very concentrated. It was awesome.
Yeah, I grind my own coffee, so I buy whole bean. It's just you can just taste it better. It's fresher. It's a fresh cup.
Yeah, it's got to be for sure.
I don't know. There's a level of staleness when you buy it ground already that you circumvent that when you get the whole bean and you grind it yourself immediately before brewing. But what like brand I get, it kind of just jumps. It just depends on how I feel and if I want to spend more or less or whatever.
Yeah.
I get everything, whatever's on sale. I don't, you know, what I don't get. I don't buy Starbucks or ground or whole beans at all. But I like the Dunkin' Donuts one, and I like Whole Foods one, and Trader Joe's too. Trader Joe's has good coffee.
Yeah, I gotta get into grinding my own coffee. You could probably buy a bag of beans though.
Yeah, that's how I get it. Most major brands have two options, so
Right.
you'll just have to look for the label that says whole or ground.
Yeah, I buy a
Um,
Brazilian ground coffee. I buy the extra strong one, and I buy the smaller bags because otherwise it just gets stale.
Cold brew is pretty interesting. Do you make cold brew at your house?
No.
Doesn't take much, just the right device and or vessel and time. That's it.
Right. So what? Like
You'll have
I have a thing, and I put some coffee in it, and I make it overnight in the fridge.
Yeah. So the reason why you can make coffee in just a few minutes is because you're using heat.
Yeah.
So that's how you get that. But
Yeah.
cold brew literally is just time. So you just let it sit.
Yeah, I
But
think you're just steeping it in cold water for a long time.
you're just steeping it for a longer amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into that. I love it. I love drinking it, but I'm lazy. I don't want to make that. My cold brew is like the coffee I didn't drink this morning. I'm gonna put it in the fridge and drink it tomorrow morning.
Ugh. I never have coffee left over. Do you make how much do you make in the morning when you wake up?
Whatever the full pot is,
Oh my gosh.
and then I drink half of it, and then I save the next half for the next day cold.
I'm in that wherever the four is, the four on the pot, that's where I stop it. And even to that, I feel like that's a lot.
If you don't drink it, then whatever.
Yeah, that's true. It's not that expensive. But I do love coffee. I mean, I have it every day. So
Yeah, I drink it every freaking day. All right, it's gonna be exciting. What our last card's gonna be? Oh, the greens. Look at that.
this is an entire meal. The greens.
Yeah, collard greens. Some ham bits in there too. All right, check out this awesome spread. What do you think?
It's a good meal, I feel.
Coffee
Right?
and orange juice, that's like a very normal thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, greens, collard greens. I mean, I guess I don't eat collard greens very often. I mean, I guess I'm just at a place where I'm getting like sides and chicken and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, do I look for them? No. I don't have a memory of recently even having any. But yeah, if it comes with my meal, I'm having it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a salty, fatty green vegetable.
Yeah. I mean, it can't be good for you, right?
Yeah.
It's depending on that fat to like give it flavor. Is that how that works?
It's like almost like boiled cabbage where it's like just a very tough leaf that's just boiled down to oblivion, so then it's just a chewy, salty, meaty thing.
They're tough, right? So they're not creamy. They're like a tough green that needs all that time and high heat and water to get to a point where you can chew it.
Yeah.
Are they bitter? Do you know?
Like a
Because
radish
green,
top or something.
no, like kale, like how a dark
Yeah.
green leaf is bitter.
Yeah, I don't know much
They,
about it. I should be
neither
more
do I, but
educated.
it probably goes really well with that T-bone.
Yeah, this in and of itself is a fantastic meal.
Yeah, I mean, hear me out. You can have the OJ at first, then the refried and the guac comes out, and you can like that's like your app. I would say then that the steak comes out with the collard greens. There's your main course, and then to top it all off, a nice sweet coffee
Yeah, for dessert.
for dessert.
Yeah, I mean, I can go for that. It's always a nice meal when you get a greens, and this is the greens, like
Yeah,
you always want to have a greens in your meal.
sure, agreed. Agreens.
Yeah, that's a good spread. Pretty happy with that for episode 10.
If I ever show up to or find myself at a restaurant where all those items are on the menu, I'm gonna order them.
We should find a restaurant where you live where that has this stuff in it.
Sure, it's probably gonna be like some sort of diner.
Diner fare with a Mexican flair.
Nah, I think that'd be easy. It'd be easy to find that.